Hey guys, I'm Haynesworth92 and this is my brother Jim.
So,
And today we're going to be talking about our concerns with Battlefield 1.
yeah, overall, a lot of things we saw in Battlefield 1 look really good, but there's a few changes that they made from the formula that are kind of a little bit weird in our opinion, and it doesn't seem to impact the game in a positive light.
Yeah, it definitely felt like it's definitely going to a really concerning direction somewhat. And maybe it's one of those direction games where it's starting to kind of go and drifting off. So that's how we kind of view about it.
Yeah, overall, these aren't like huge things. We just things we thought were a little bit strange and then really make sense to us. The first thing we kind of wanted to talk to is about the class balance. Overall, this isn't like what classes have the most OP guns, but it's more or less their roles on the battlefield.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely this really like one class just extremely favors this way, and it's very unbalanced, like Jim just said.
Yeah, well, at least it feels unbalanced just from the description of it. Overall, this main problem we're referring to is just the roles of the class. Like the assault class in the new game is now an infantry fighting class, as well as the ability to blow up vehicles. And the medic class now repairs vehicles and heals teammates. And overall, we just find this to be kind of a weird duality in the sense because A, it makes these classes seem way too important, and B, the other two classes, recon and support, seem completely useless, especially support.
Yeah. Well, recon obviously everyone's gonna snipe, but support. Jim is absolutely right. It's completely use. It seems really useless. All it does is supply ammo. Now everyone needs ammo, but the issue is you're gonna be dealing with a lot of single shot weaponry where it's not really the automatic weapons, and all he does is supply ammo.
Exactly. Overall, that doesn't really seem to make sense. Kind of seems to be like an oddball class there. And with assault and medic right there, it seems like you're definitely giving medic way too much of a support role. I mean, I feel like that's a little overwhelming that you have to heal the vehicles and the people. Maybe people would like that, but it feels like you're just playing too much of a passive role on the battlefield, where the assault class seems to be the class that gets to have the most fun.
Yeah, and definitely in older Battlefield games, I felt like there was that balance where even if you had to do this one thing for people, you got this huge perk to do another. So,
Yeah, exactly. I think the engineer class was better because while you got the fix vehicles, you also got the destroy vehicles. You weren't just clearly support. Well, I mean, you were support, but there was an offensive capability there.
so basically, what Battlefield did was they split the engine. They basically got rid of the engineer and divided its ability by giving the medic the kind of the boring support ability of repairing vehicles, but then they get the assault, the powerful what
Do it all class,
yeah.
have fun class. I understand from a competitive scene this might not be a problem because people are going to pick the classes that best fit the scenarios. But from a casual scene, I see about every single person playing Assault in Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
There won't be anything too different besides that one person who maybe picks the sniper and that occasional medic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think we got our point off there. Now we're going to be discussing about air gameplay. And what did you typically thought about it?
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's kind of the same as it was in Battlefield 4, except for this time they don't have a helicopter. And what I mean by that is when I felt with the jet combat in Battlefield 4, it was basically jet on jet, at least from a casual standpoint. I never saw a jet or any other plane besides a helicopter actually impact the battlefields going on. Overall, it felt very separated, and it didn't feel like they were both interacting in a way that affected the gameplay experience for all.
Oh yeah, definitely. And only the truly like I know there's some people with the jet that can obviously just pick off targets and really impact the battlefield, but it's way too skilled in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. They need to make a. Well, honestly, that's the problem. Is it's World War One. You didn't really have helicopters or slow flying airplanes that could hover around and shoot people. I mean, that's obvious. They can't add that stuff in. But I just feel like in the gameplay, there isn't going to be that much of an air factor. Where in Battlefield 4 and other Battlefield games, a helicopter kind of created a connection between air and ground, and it was nice when they interacted in a way that created those cool battlefield moments. With biplanes and stuff, I don't feel like this is going to be the case. One thing though is the Zeppelin might be able to impact
Oh,
air.
that's true.
airfield. I haven't really seen too much of it where it seems to be a huge factor, but we'll definitely have to take a look into that.
I believe a Zeppelin is for a certain game mode where you basically think the Germans invade. It's almost like Walker Assault and Battlefront.
Okay.
So-
I wasn't exactly too sure about that.
Yeah.
If you have any things to say, just say them in the comments and we'll look into it.
Yeah, no problem. And also, obviously, we're not asking them to put helicopters in World War One. That's stupid. Yeah, we're not like that. Trust me. No, we just
Well, maybe some hot air balloons.
hot air balloons.
There you go. We could have hot air balloons
balloons.
just sort of float
Oh,
in,
man.
and drop bombs on people.
Have a huge-
The funny thing is they did use hot air balloons in
They
World
did.
War One. So, hey, it could be a thing.
I was almost going to go off topic there. They actually had the Russians invented a tank where they launched it on an airplane and then they made it glide and then they would like slowly go onto the battlefield.
That would be a good idea. They should add that into the game.
That would be cool, but I believe it did not work out. But anyway, I think the next thing to talk about when it comes to a more gameplay standpoint is melee weapons.
Yeah, overall, I didn't have too many complaints with them, but my brother felt that some melee weapons were a bit more overpowered than others. Overall, Matt, would you like to clarify on that?
Yes, I was looking at a syringe. The syringe is a revive tool, but I saw on the multiplayer about how they use it. They use it more as a weapon, and compared to a normal melee weapon, the syringe, which should be only for use basically for healing people. Trust me, it can kill people. Trust me, if you get really close to an enemy. But it looked so powerful, and it looked not only powerful, it was very quick compared to other melee weapons.
Yeah, exactly. He brought up a point where it was like more effective than the battle axe. While the battle axe was cool, you can stick it into somebody's head and there's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
It actually took a while to like take it out of his head.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually the most effective weapon there. Now, with this, I feel like this might be just something they might correct in the beta. Overall, when Halo Reach came out in beta, the pistol was more powerful than the DMR, and that really didn't make a lot of sense. But of course, that was fixed when it came out.
Unless if you're a hardcore Halo fan. But anyway.
Exactly. But it is cool that they do allow the syringe to kill people. It's sort of back to, what it was in Bad Company 2. I
Yeah.
feel like they started that. I don't know. They might have started it previously, but
Yeah.
that's the first one
Yeah.
I played.
We just believe that when it comes to the syringe, it shouldn't be like a go-to melee weapon.
Yeah, it shouldn't be your go-to melee weapon. You should definitely be able to use it to kill people because it's awesome when you do something silly like that, but definitely make the battle axe a little bit better.
Yeah, and when I was looking at it, obviously, but there are some things that we look at Battlefield 1 that they also do well. I thought they didn't make it trench warfare, which I'm really glad about. It's World War
they
II
couldn't.
style.
Yeah, they couldn't do that. Basically, the whole game is World War II, but in a World War I setting,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird, but
It
it works.
It looks like it's going to work. It's probably going to be one of the better games, so that's our thoughts. And overall, thanks for watching the video.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day, guys.
Yeah, you too.